Hello, hello, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar on ACE the 11 Plus exam. My name is Harshita, and I'm part of the team here at Turito. This webinar is a part of an outreach program by Turito for the students who are looking for a bright future and parents who dream of giving their children the best education. Before we start, let me give a quick overview of the organization. Turito is an innovative e-learning platform with a mission to make quality education accessible to all. Now, Turito is present in the USA, Canada, Middle East, India, Singapore, and Australia regions. And programs offered by Turito are 11 plus and one-on-one tutoring services for maths, science, English, coding, and robotics. So, how do we differentiate from other edtech platforms which are currently available in the market? Turito exclusively gives access to live and interactive one-on-one classes which are personalized to the custom needs of the students, regular assessments to track the child's progress, and doubt clarification sessions whenever needed for making the basics and concepts strong. Also, the parent application makes you part of your child's learning journey. Moreover, we have top 2% certified educators whom we partnered with to envision our mission. So, before getting into the specifics, let me offer a quick introduction about our speaker at today's event, Ms. Chandra Samtani, who has 15 plus years of teaching experience, A-level chemistry, physics, biology, maths, and other subjects at Excel, 13 plus years of experience in ISEB and public school entrance exams. So before getting into the session, I request all the participants, if you have any questions during the session, please feel free to type them down in the Q&A section. We shall be answering in the later part of the session. We'll now have Ms. Chandra Samtani take us through the webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Harshita. Let's begin the webinar with 11 plus test overview. The subjects that we have in 11 plus test is maths, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, spatial awareness, and English. Let me give you some tips to ace 11 plus exam. Loads of hard work, a lot of test series to be solved, and this makes your child successful. Benefits of scoring high in the test. Now, some parents decide that their child should go into the school which has high attainment levels and high experience. They need preparation to match with the students who have high academic ability. And grammar schools are the best schools because they're only students who are having high abilities are able to stretch and challenge themselves, and they are the highest performers, it has been observed in future. And yes, finally, I will be talking about question and answers. Any doubts that you have, I will try to solve as many problems in this webinar. Let's move to the next slide. It's a set of entrance exams taken by children at the beginning of year 6, when you're applying for selective grammar or independent schools. Like students says, why should I go to grammar school? Grammar school pupils are all academically selected. They are of similar high abilities. Teachers are able to stretch and challenge their pupils further. They make very progress in lessons than a comprehensive mixed ability school. Grammar schools are some of the highest performing schools listed in National League tables. According to the Sutton Trust report, grammar school pupils make greater progresses through KS3 and 4. They achieve better GCSEs and A levels than pupils from other school types. Another perceived advantage of attending a grammar school is a social mobility. Like grammar schools have a track record of producing students who have very successful careers and they develop large networks and influential friends. There was a study which was conducted by the University of Bristol and University of London concluded that pupils who attend a grammar school, they end up earning more than those who attend comprehensive schools. So 11 plus refers to the age which children reach when entering secondary education. So most children are 10 years old. They're starting the final year of primary school when it comes to take the exam. Let's move over to the next slide. So the 11 plus exams, as I told you, is designed to test a child's academic ability. It will determine which students are going to get a place at their desired selective school. As there are more applicants than selective school space available, the entrance process is very competitive. The content varies between different areas of the country, but generally based on some of the following types of questions: English, maths, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning. Some schools may involve sitting 2, sometimes even 3 11 plus examinations. Sometimes the test will be of a different kind. Sometimes it may be only non-verbal reasoning and a verbal reasoning test. And the test will be same sometimes, maybe 2 verbal reasoning tests. There are 2 main board exams for 11 plus exam. GL assessment. Previously, it was famous as NFER. They used to administer the 11 plus exams for most of the exam schools, especially in Berkshire, Kent. The 11 plus exam, if it was a GL assessment, it used to cover English, maths, verbal reasoning, and non-verbal reasoning. Now, each school can choose any combination of these to fit the best selection criteria. Then there are second board exam for 11 plus exam, which is CEM. This is developed by the Center for Evaluation and Monitoring at Durham University. This is administering the 11 plus exams for Birmingham, Dorset, Medway, Northern Ireland, Wiltshire. Here also, they cover verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, and numerical reasoning. There are some schools you will find in Devon, Essex. They use a mixture of GL assessment and CEM. Let me tell you, in both the GL and CEM exams, there's a strong emphasis on core skills of English and maths. They will check spelling, punctuation, the grammar, comprehension, vocabulary. Especially, they will also check your arithmetic skills also, like problem solving, data manipulation. And non-verbal reasoning also plays very important role, like pattern spotting, logical skills, spatial awareness. So let's move over to the next slide. As I mentioned to you about the subjects, it's reading, writing, grammar, and vocabulary. In maths, it's numbers, algebra, measurements, geometry, statistics, reasoning. Now, due to regional differences throughout the country, it is impossible to say what the 11 plus will consist of for your child. We have to find out from your local school whether they will be just giving English and verbal reasoning, or will they be giving English, verbal reasoning, and maths, or will they be giving only verbal reasoning and English? So scores from these tests are balanced against your child's age, the difficulty of the test, the number of questions they are required to answer, how much time. They always produce a standardized score. Their test papers are available on every school's website. It's very important for a child to solve all those papers depending on which school the child applies for. Let's move over to the next slide. So where do you start? You choose your school. You must decide on which school. At least depends on the type and the region you wish to apply, so that you know what you are preparing for. Find out the test. Once you know which school you want your child to apply to, find out what their admission criteria are, what exam board, what test papers your local 11 plus is going to use. Tailor your prep for your papers. Now you know what test your child will be facing. Make sure they focus on those areas that these tests are going to emphasize. Manage your time. Regardless of which test your child is facing, time management is going to be a crucial element of them. It will help you that you practice with the past papers in a time bound in this case. 11 plus test dates. Now, in this case, what do you do? How do you find out about the dates? Most of the times, these schools conduct exams in September. For most grammar schools, the 11 plus exams will occur during the first 2 weeks of September. There is some variability, so please check the date with your individual schools. For most grammar schools, 11 plus results will be posted in mid-October 2023. So, March, school allocations are confirmed. And September, new intake begins in year 7. There are 164 grammar schools. Most of the schools are taking it offline, but there are some schools which are considering to go online, depending on the area. So let's move to the next slide. What happens if your student misses the 11 plus exam? See, if your child misses the 11 plus exam, you don't need to worry. It's okay. You can apply for 13 plus exam in the future. Like ability, self-belief, confidence, enjoyment. That's important to take root and grow. With many years of my experience in teaching children on one-to-one basis, I know that children often make remarkable progress if they join early, but no need of worrying if they have missed it. There's 13 plus exams, they can give it. That's a second chance. Let's move on to another slide. '11 plus prep by Turito. What to expect in the class? Get an edge, like you will get an individualized attention, where every teacher is trained how to make your child prepare for entrance exams, because this is not like your normal exam. You have to gauge gaps. You cannot say my child is bad in everything. Your child is good in 60% of the thing, but he may need just 40% to close that gap. It's a skill. The skill needs to be learned. Insight on students' academic progress. You'll keep on checking the progress on the portal, that how many things he's doing right, how many things he's doing wrong. Solid fundamentals and clear subject-wise basics. As I said to you, 60% he would be knowing, 40% is what will take him ahead in life. And regular assessment and course material will be provided. Here, the main is like a time management and how fast the child is able to do it. That is more tested. That's the main thing for preparing for 11 plus exams. Now, I think Harshita will take over and explain you the future thing about how the student dashboard and updates will happen in portal. Thank you, Harshita.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your valuable insights about 11 plus exam. So let me introduce the program manager, Mr. Kashif from Turito. Over to you, Kashif.
Thank you, Harshita. Hello, everyone. This is Kashif here, Senior Program Manager for the 11 Plus Prep for the Turito side. I'll introduce you with the dashboard regarding like the child will be preparing the 11 plus examination, and they will be provided with the student portal where the dashboard looks like as you can see on the screen. You can be the child can have an access of the next topic when with the subjects, how much like if they're going for mathematics, English, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, they can go with an insight, they can check with the session wise the test, the preparation which is taken from the Turito site. They can always go with the test dashboard, and they can go and check with the their marks and the results up there. Also, like there will be provided apart from the student application, there is a parent application too also, where the parents can track the child's progress, attendance, and the test summary, the preparations from the examination side, and also like the performances based on their test given from the Dorito side. Also, on the parent application, you'll be able to see the weakness and the strength of the kid, where they are lagging, where they need to improve, what are the topics leading and lagging behind. Everything will be updated as in kind of a parents teacher meeting over the parent application itself. At last, you'll be having Turito Connect, where you can, which is available for 24/7. You can always raise any query, any doubt is there. Always you can just click on the Tutor Connect option and can raise your issues there. These are some glance you can see about the test, how does it looks like, if the child is giving any preparation, if they want to go for the revision materials, assignment, practice papers, anything, they can log in 24/7 on the platform, and they can go for the explanation and solutions. Can you move the next slide, please? Okay, that's all from the
So,
student portal and the, yeah.
yeah, sorry, Kashyap. So I believe there's one question that does Turito conduct only online classes?
Yes, Turito conducts completely online classes, but it's basically one-on-one live interactive uh, classes there. One teacher and one student will be there in the system. They can, while going with the online teaching for completely 1 hour of the session, they can also go with the student portal for the homework, assignment, practice papers, etc. These are as we discussed over the 11 plus preparation, we have an like 20% flat discount on the enrollments if the kids are enrolling, the parents are enrolling their kid within like as a webinar is being done today and tomorrow. So they get, if they are getting the enrollments done, then definitely they'll be getting 20% flat discount. And after getting the enrollments, if the one of the parent who's already enrolled with us and they're referring some other parents and the other kids, they'll be getting flat 60 GBP off on the as an referral bonus.
That's great, Kashyap. So I believe there's one more question that when to register for 13 plus and 11 plus exam.
Okay, I would,
Yeah, Kashif, you
yeah,
can take.
Chandra ma'am, please go on ma'am, this you can answer.
For 11 plus exam, I always say that please start from grade 5, year 5. That's what is my belief, because a child needs a time to understand the time management skills. So year 5 is what is my advice. For 13 plus, yes, you can say 1 year before.
Thank
Your
you,
13
ma'am.
plus exams.
There's one more question that will Turito conduct physical mock exams for 11 plus? Anything here, ma'am? Like, do we conduct any physical mock exams?
Physical mock exams, Harshita, is not possible because Turito platform is an online platform.
Thank you, ma'am. The same parent has asked that when to register for 13 plus. Is it in year 7?
I prefer it's year 7 is preferable, because 13 plus is a little bit tough exam. So it takes a time to prepare the child.
Thank you, ma'am. And there's a question, how long the course will last?
It depends on the ability of your child. At least a person can take 5 months training, 6 months training, depends upon the individual's needs. We can take a diagnostic test and we can decide about it.
Okay, for Harshita, I would like to add one more point here. Like for the minimum requirement for completion of the in a general way, like we require 96 hours. That means 96 sessions of the classes for the preparations.
Okay. So Kashyap, I believe this question is for you, that how much is the tuition fee? And then again, one parent asked about the total amount to be paid.
Definitely for the price and everything, as I mentioned, there is a 20% flat discount. So if the parents, all the parents like available here, you'll be getting a call and an email and a message with all the details, and the counselor will be getting in touch with you to solve, to understand about the program and price both.
Okay, so there's a question that, can I register my son who's in year 4? So what do you advise, ma'am, here, that can they register for year 4 student?
Harshita, many students have started in year 4. Many of them have started. And they want an advantage because they think the time management for a student, they don't want to pressurize the child. The parents want a child to take its own pace of time. So year 4 is a good advantage where we are not pressurizing a child. He's taking his own pace of time to improve.
Thank you, ma'am. So do we have the past exam papers for 11 plus?
We get all the past 11 plus papers from the school. See, what happens, let me tell you, the school for which we are applying, every school is a different school. So we need to upload from there the past exam papers, and we need to make the child solve that papers. Curriculum wise, let me tell you, it's easy, but the problem is if you clear this exam, it doesn't mean you got an admission. You need to score minimum 80% to get the admission in the grammar school. So that's the reason with past papers, skills have to be practiced.
Thank you, ma'am. So one parent again asked that the tuition is online. I believe I can also say on this that yes, the tuitions are all online because this is an online edtech platform. So one parent is there, Mrs. Deepa. She's asking for the brief introduction about 11 plus.
Sure. Now, when I'm talking about 11 plus exam, it's like your entrance exam. They are testing to take place your child's final primary school year. And local authorities are providing different information in your child's 11 plus results later. Like you may be told if your child is likely to gain a place at a particular grammar school or not. So to give you a brief understanding, they have a maths curriculum, they have English curriculum, they have verbal reasoning, they have non-verbal reasoning. This is all multiple choice paper. And English needs some creative writing, for which you need a practice in this case. Plus, what I can say about 11 plus is that they have something like special awareness as a subject. I know one negative to the 11 plus is the additional stress and strain that he has to learn special awareness, but it is inevitable. They are going to feel that pressure in the final year of primary school, knowing that the outcome of the test could determine which school they are going to move into. So something like spatial awareness, where they target the ability to mentally picture the shapes, images, the ability to understand the shapes, those kind of questions will be tested over there. So it is very important to remember that English, maths, verbal reasoning, special awareness, especially maths, I can say there's a plus side, because if your child scores well enough in the 11 plus exam, then he's able to attend grammar and other schools which are going to use this kind of system. And these schools are more focused on academic learning because they use more traditional teaching methods. I know entry is heavily restricted to only who are going to score high, but they are the most suitable for the type of learning. So mathematics is where the child's ability to understand, to manipulate numbers is going to be examined. It covers application of numbers through concepts like geometry, measurements. So non-verbal reasoning is going to be asked, where he will be solving diagrams, pictures. So he can take either a paper of verbal reasoning and English, depending on what school he's going. They will specify whether they have only verbal reasoning, maths, or they have a verbal reasoning, maths, English. Every school has a different requirement. We have to tailor our needs according to that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the brief intro about 11 plus. So one parent is asking that which one is more difficult? Is it GL or CEM?
Both are equally difficult. Because what happens, just clearing the exam is not going to help you. You have to score 80%. So like if he's giving English, it puts your child's understanding of the English language to the test, because they are challenged to plan, structure, create a written piece of work. Unfortunately, there's no way to say which school is the right school, but which exam is the right exam? Both are tough exams.
Fine. And there's one question that how many questions are there in the 11 plus exam?
It all depends on school. Like which school is taking which kind of exams in that case. So we check the past papers and then we decide that how many questions are they going to ask. And on that basis, we have to score 80%. Remember, without 80%, they cannot go to grammar school. They can clear the exam, but that is not going to get them admission into grammar school, because there are, let me tell you, grammar schools are very selective. They are state-funded secondary schools. They have to focus on a strong academic achievement. So there is only a small number of grammar schools which have. They do not charge fees, and there is competition for places is very high. So you can say if you have 3,000 state-funded secondary schools in UK, 164 are state-funded grammar school, where approximately 167,000 pupils attend. Now, if you have just 164 grammar schools, which is located in 36 English local authorities, further 69 schools I count in Northern Ireland, but none in Wales or Scotland. So a few grammar schools will offer you some boarding facilities also. So the people who are academically high, only they will be selected in these schools, because they want children of similar abilities, high abilities.
Thank you, ma'am. One parent is asking that can we apply to only one school or more than one grammar school?
It is advisable to go for a grammar schools which is near to your residence. If there are two in your area, then yes, you should apply for both of them, because it is going to at least make sure that he gets into one, at least one school, he or she gets into one school. So it's important that you apply for as many as it is near to your location.
So there's one last question here that could you please give some insight about exam question and time availability for CEM or GL or both same?
If I talk about CEM, they only cover verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, and maths. Now, paper contents in CEM are mixed. They combine English and verbal reasoning in the same paper, and maths with non-verbal reasoning. Now, you have to focus preparation on expanding vocabulary if you are giving CEM. You have to understand the English language, as well as you have to improve your time management. But when it comes to GL, it only covers verbal reasoning, English, maths, and special awareness. Most papers in GL are either standard format, which is short answers, or multiple choice. So when you do any advanced preparation on GL, you should focus on test and practice papers and study the GL assessment question bank.
Thank you, ma'am. So parents, if you have any other questions, you can definitely put your queries in Q&A section. We can wait for next 2 more minutes for any more queries. Meanwhile, I would request Mr. Kashyap to explain the enrollments and referrals.
Sure, Harshita. For the enrollment, the counselors will be connecting with all the parents here. We'll be connecting with them. We'll be understanding their queries. We will be discussing about the program and price about the 11 plus, and we can go for the enrollment. Where I've already mentioned the on the price for the enrollment procedures. There is a flat 20% discount, and the referral, if the parent is already enrolled in the system and they're gonna refer to the other parent, so definitely there is a referral bonus of 60 gbp, where the referral has some terms and condition here. The minimum enrollment for a particular kid has to be for the 48 hours, that means 48 sessions, and referral offer is for both the parties, and the referral shouldn't be a part of webinar. For example, the parents available here, and again they are referring to the other parent, so that won't be counted as in a referral bonus. There should be completely like it can be your friend, family members, or other person. So we'd suggest, once we'll give a call to all the customers here, we'll be reaching out and you can avail this 20% flat discount on the enrollments.
Thank you, Kashyap. So there's one question that they're asking, that when Turito started and what is the percentage of people who got into grammar school from Turito? Do we have any such records, Kashyap?
Correct. The Turito started 2 years ago, and for the UK geography, we have started in month of January 2022. Currently, we have like active students of 1,200 from all over the UK. If you are, if like the correct record for the kids who started the grammar, like the kids got into the grammar school from the Torito. So we have started the 11 plus very early. So still we are like, none of the sessions has been done. None of the examinations has been given from the student side. But yes, for the you can always get a review on our website, and even like the email which will be sharing it with you all. You can always see the feedbacks from the parent side and how the classes are going on.
Thank you, Kashyap. So there's a question related to curriculum. I would request ma'am to answer this. That is the curriculum different in grammar schools, or is it the same national curriculum?
It is matching national curriculum, but it is different a little bit because it is more rigorous. We have seen some questions coming from GCSE. So you can say it's rigorous.
So I think we are good for now. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this insightful session. And thank you so much, Mr. Kashyap, for all the information about Turito. So thank you all the parents for joining us. If you would like to know more about Turito, visit our website www.turito.com, and within 24 hours you'll get a call from Turito, from the counselor. If you have any other queries, definitely it will be answered. So you have any queries, you can feel free to reach us at care@turito.com. For a better way of learning, join Turito now. Have a great day. Thank you all.